Hello, guys. Good morning. It is 5 a.m. in the Philippines, 5:27 a.m. And we decided to jump on this early in the morning. Hobart is doing a sound check, so if all is good, he'll come into the shot. If not, we will restart this. So, Hobart, is everything good? Hey guys, so we moved to the Philippines over 100 and something days ago. We retired from the military, and
We're at about 120.
120 days is what Hobart said.
We got the puppies at 122 days.
Oh, okay, so Hobart's coming over here to tell us all about everything. Did we have a good sound?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Okay, guys. So we do have someone here. Hit that like button. If you don't know us, subscribe.
Hey guys, wow, it's been a minute since we've been in this office doing a live.
I know.
We have been doing lives out there in the wilderness,
Yeah.
right? And so it's
In
good.
the jungle.
In the jungle,
Yeah.
what? Seeing all kinds of animals out there in the ocean.
Yeah.
But hey,
Oh, that was crazy.
welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining us today. We've been here in Philippines for approximately 125 days. 125. We got the puppies at 122 days. So that today is what, Tuesday. So yeah, 24, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, so 120.
4 days. I don't know.
It's Wednesday, so 125th day. So today is the actual 125th day. And so thank you for joining us this morning. It is approximately at 5:30. Why are we doing this at 5 o'clock in the morning? Well, because most of our viewers in the United States are currently currently
It's
1:30,
like-
129
Oh
in the
yeah,
United
it's
States right now.
1:30 in the States.
And so, and
In
because
California.
and because we're in the military, we wake up early.
We always wake up
We wake
early.
up early. We go for walks. It's just
Mhm.
that.
Our morning routine is 04 a.m.
Yes, that's true.
We have coffee. We enjoy each other's company.
We go for
We
walks.
catch up on some computer stuff.
Yeah.
We're just enjoying our retirement.
Yes. And so, did you do our intro already? We always forget things to do introductions.
I'm Davina.
I'm Hobart.
And we retired early and moved to the Philippines.
Still,
What?
best.
Oh, I don't know what you were saying.
I think it's the best decision we've made so far.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, we've made some pretty good decisions along the way in our life, you know?
Yeah, I think, yeah, I would say.
We've made some pretty good decisions.
Yeah.
But this by far is the most rejuvenating decision we have made for our lives.
Yes. And, don't get me wrong, life hasn't been romantic. It has its ups and downs. We
run into different issues here in the Philippines.
Joined the military
for
when we
sure.
were 17. Went to war when we were 18. Saw multiple wars. Went to Iraq, Afghanistan, deployments to Ukraine,
France.
Yeah, so it's just here and there,
Kuwait.
and yeah, there's definitely life has its lows, and life has its highs. And right now, because we have set ourselves up for success,
Yeah.
and made some
really good choices,
right? I think we are, yeah, that's what we are.
We're okay. Like we can totally like live anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And so why not move to the Philippines where my husband is from? Like
Yes.
he was born here in the Philippines, migrated to the United States when he was 11. And so when we're thinking about where we want to retire and move in the world, we want to move to the Philippines because that's where his culture is. And so if we're looking at raising our children and helping teach them their cultural background, their upbringing, it's really important for us to be out here where they can learn his languages, because my husband speaks 2 languages, and like understand the Filipino background, the culture.
I used to, actually, in Philippines, it's not, it's very common for kids to grow up learning multiple languages. Like I learned Ilocano, Tagalog, and Pangalatot at the same time. And so when I migrated to the United States when I was 11 years old, I kind of lost Pangalatot. with like the exception of like one sentence, which is like "Antoy ngaran mo," which means "what's your name?" When I was learning English. But now coming back here, I hear people talking it, and I'm like, "What did you just say?"
Oh,
I
I
don't
don't
know what
understand.
that means.
I mean, I can
Yeah.
pick up some words, but I literally don't understand what anybody's saying. So I am mute
Yeah.
in the
So for
Philippines.
me, it's interesting, right? A lot of people think, oh, yeah, Tagalog is the main language and all these things are just dialects. Well, I'll tell you what, I understand Tagalog, and we were just in the Batangas region,
Mhm.
in Mabini, in Lipa City,
Yeah.
and people were talking, and I didn't understand it. If Tagalog, if that language over there, and I don't know what it is, right? Maybe someone. Oh, welcome to the
Our
channel,
Philippine
our Philippine
journeys in
journey.
here.
By the
Mike and
way,
Arlene,
yeah,
they're here. Thank you for joining us. Good morning. And yes, we are awake this early. We're soldiers.
yeah.
Old habits die hard. Okay. I can't sleep past a certain hour,
Mhm.
and 4 hours is enough sleep for me.
It really
So
is. And so it's like for me, knowing multiple languages from the Philippines, I still go around places in the country and I don't understand what they're saying. So how is that a dialect? I don't know. I don't think it's
right. So you're thinking like a dialect is like just a small variation from one location to the other.
Mhm.
Like where you can still understand kind of like the gist of what people are saying. No, it's foreign.
Yeah, it's different. It's a different language. Now maybe my Tagalog, my elementary level Tagalog, right, or preschool
you're
level
like
Tagalog
you're like my 11-year-old
might not
Tagalog.
be as fluent, as everyone else's. But I'll tell you what, for somebody who knows and can understand Tagalog and speak it a little bit, the other languages are not the same. Like Ilocano and Tagalog are not this are different. Like Pangaltot is totally different as well because
Mm.
some of the words are said differently or completely just changed. But anyways,
Right.
we've been having fun, right?
Yeah, we went to a bunch of beaches. We decided the kids got out of school early, and so we went on a little vacay last weekend. And then we do have some like the kids are out for 2 weeks. Like there's no reason for us to stay home.
Mm-hmm.
So we are literally packing our car and we're gonna go and see more places. So not too long ago, we went to Baller, and that was a great experience. We did a live after. But just recently, we went all the way down to Mabini, and we were in Lipa. The reason why we went out there was to pick up two dogs. So, the marketplace on Bookface, that's where it's at if you're looking to buy
Yeah, you can buy
anything in the
anything in the
Philippines.
Philippines at all.
And so I thought we're driving to our death. They're going to cut my liver out and, sell it on the black market. And so, we're going into this like Craigslist kind of situation in my mind. But we got there, we met the dog breeders. And I mean, we were there like 10 o'clock p.m. And I'm like, is anybody up at this time? Like, this is like, shouldn't we wait until business hours? And so that's kind of like where it played into my like a little bit of a hyper awareness of what we were doing. I
So
like
just answer your question, okay? The question is, did you feel safe after meeting the people?
after I met the people, yes, I felt safe. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, they had their people up. We came with 4 people, like and so we saw the puppies, and then it was like, the puppies were a bit young. So then we were like, well, we're gonna think about it. We're gonna sleep on it. So we spent the night and at the country club, and like we checked in at 12 a.m. And if you want to go see the live, go check it out. We were at
In
12 a.m.
Lipa
in
City?
Batangas.
Batangas, yeah.
Yeah, and so we stayed at that country club, and then like we checked out its amenities. He used the gym, and we jumped in the pool. But then we were like, you know what, it's not on the ocean, it's not at the beach. And so we were like, but we're so close to the ocean, like we should go and look and see what's out there, like what kind of resorts are there. So we literally just got in our car and drove around, and we found, like, I went to a couple places. The places were very expensive. Like, okay, we paid 7,000 for that night
Aurora.
no, everything's pretty expensive. So like in Baller was 10,000 for the night, right on the water.
Baler, Aurora,
Balair,
Aurora,
Aurora,
Baler,
Balair.
right?
And then when we went to
Batangas City
Batangas,
in Lipa
that
City.
first night we went to the country club. Okay,
That was how much?
7,000.
7,000.
Right.
Yeah.
And so then I drove on Mabini, the first like big resort we went to that had like semi good internet, horrible internet. That one was at 15K. And I was like, my husband was asleep. And I make executive decisions when my husband's sleeping because usually we'll like work together but he's sleeping. I can't wake
You're
him
a
up.
true NCO.
Yeah.
You're a true non-commissioned officer.
So I'm looking at the property. I'm like 15K. My husband's gonna wake up and like be really mad at me. Like there's no reason. And I told the employees, I was like, I'm in the Philippines. I should not be paying 15K for a room. And they're like, this is the biggest resort, blah, blah, blah. We have the best internet. And I was like, I'm gonna drive around this mountain. So we're on a peninsula, and I was like, I'm gonna take my chances. I'm gonna go see if I can find something else, and more within our budget. So I drove around, and I found Altamare. And Altamare, I was at the top. I didn't know it was down at the bottom, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and tour this thing. I left my husband and my son sleeping in the car with it running, and me and Himiko went for a tour. So we walked all the way down, and I mean, there's like 270 what steps?
276 or 71 steps
to get to the bottom.
To get from the top of the parking lot all the way to the water, that is 271 or 276. No, it's 271. And then from the top to like the level where you
256 or 252
to meet like the front desk, that's 256 steps.
So I was like, whoa, you got to be like really fit to go to this hotel. Like there's no elevator down. There's no zip line. I was telling them they need to invest in a zip line just for the luggage. Like it was a lot of work. And so, but there's somebody up at the top. There's people that help you take your luggage down, and they'll help you bring your luggage up. But
hey, so this is how hard it is. Right? I was chopping it up with some of the locals that were working there, and I was like going back and forth. Right? I was like, man, what is going on here, dude? You guys need like an elevator. And they're like, hey, the first month I started working here, I lost 15 pounds. I was like, what? That is some exercise right there. So, it's great. And her finding that place was like great because I was so tired. To drive there was 6 hours.
Yeah.
Right. And then
even though we got there at midnight, we still wake up early. Like our internal alarm clock doesn't allow us to sleep beyond a specific, like beyond 6 o'clock. Like 5 o'clock, we're awake.
Yeah. So let me just give you some perspective of how beautiful, right, Philippines is. Okay. I think the first beach we went to and like we played on a little bit was in San Fabian Beach, right? And we went to, and we were like, wow, there was like a little park where the kids played. The sand was what color?
Sand was kind of white, but it was like blazing hot. Like the sun was
so the ozone layer. Like enjoying it, right? We're like, oh, this is a nice place, and that's when we started kind of playing with the idea that we wanted to, like maybe purchase a home right off the ocean. Okay, so then we went to Bolinao, right? The waterfalls, Waterfall 2 in Bolinao, in Anda, and then we saw, what was that beach called? Tondo Beach.
Oh yeah,
white sand beach. They call it the mother of the 100 Islands.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so if you've ever been to 100 Islands, 100 Islands is beautiful, right? But this is the mother of 100 Islands. We loved it so much that at that time I started looking for property right off the ocean, and I found someone very high price, right? And I was like, I can't afford that, but it was so beautiful. I made an offer. They're like, get out of here with that stuff. You know, I was like, yeah, I'm giving you the foreigner tax. You are not Filipino. This is how much you're gonna pay, and I'm not gonna give it to you for the price that you're asking for. It won't even come down. I was like, all right, fine. Kind of like my self-esteem went down a little bit. You know what I mean? But then we traveled to Aurora, Baler.
Baler.
Oh my goodness!
And
Surf town.
I have
Surf
regrets.
town.
I have regrets for Baler. Can I just tell you my regrets?
Go ahead.
I should have bought way more coconut vinegar off the side of the road. Okay. You go to Baler, you'll see these bottles in the on the side of the road. They're white bottles. You have no idea what
reused like
water
gin
bottles,
no, gin bottles,
alcohol bottles. Yeah. And so I told my husband, hey, what are they selling? We need to buy something from these markets here. What are they selling? And he gets out, he finds out what it is. I'm like, yeah, I'll take one bottle. I got a little baby bottle this big, okay? And I should have bought the water bottle that's like 10 liters. I really messed up there.
So good. It's so good, right? That I think we ate it with barbecue once.
Yes.
And it's like all of a sudden, whenever we're eating barbecue, she doesn't want to share this thing.
No, it's delicious.
And she's like, no, this is mine. You eat the barbecue people's sauce. This is my
yes.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I should have bought more. And I also should have bought pasalubong for all my family. So it was only 40 peso for this little baby one. And I should have bought 20 of them.
Yeah.
Brought them back, stored them in my closet, and eaten them all myself.
So we went to Aurora Baler, and I'll tell you, it was like surf town. Mm-hmm. People were nice. People were kind. There's a lot of motorcycle riders.
Very tourist
area. Not as touristy as Boracay.
Yeah.
Right. Not as touristy as.
But it is it's got the tourist vibe.
Like you can go bar hopping. There's places where you can bar hop pretty much, or go to breakfast nooks here and there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have that.
Baler is fairly nice.
Yeah.
And the problem that I have with Baler was that it had a rip current. And it's a surf town, right?
Yeah, it is.
So for kids, it's not ideal. But we did look at properties, and again, but I would say Baler was better than Tondo Beach.
Oh, totally. Yeah, Baler has way more to offer than Tondo. Tondo is kind of it is a laid back island feel, kind of like if you were on a Hawaiian island and you come up to you can buy food, but it's like a street food kind of. It doesn't have any kind of establishments whatsoever. They're just little huts.
So it's
and it's all street food.
It's like the corporations have not touched this.
Right. Anda is. It's really small, and there's not a lot to do.
So the island, you have to cross a bridge to get to.
Yeah.
Which is it's a small bridge, but it's
nothing bad on that. It's just a really low key beach vibe. So if you're looking for the a tour, if we're looking for something fun and more things to do as a tourist. And a beach the Tondo Beach is dead. It's Baler had it.
Okay, so
Baler.
So we were like, man, Tondo was nice. So San Fabian's nice.
Yeah,
Tondo was better. Okay,
yeah.
We get to Baler, and we were like, wow, blown out of the water.
Yeah, Baler is
so
great.
Now it's going up higher and higher and higher. The expectations are going
Aurora.
Up higher, right? So we were like, here I am, getting there. Asleep.
He's knocked out, and this is at Mabini.
And this is Mabini, right? So
Altamare.
And I get down there, and I'm like, "That's murky water. What are we doing here?" Right?
He was a grump.
I was a little.
He was so grumpy
right?
when he woke up.
I didn't get a long enough nap.
No, when I woke him up, he's like, "I need more sleep."
Yeah. So somebody left the window down.
I was like, I am doing a live right now.
And
come on, pull it together, bud.
I was getting rained on because somebody left the window down. So I was like, oh, grumpy. So I go down there, and I'm not really quite awake yet. I saw the pool The pool is beautiful. It's an infinity pool,
And
right?
it's right off the
It's right off
ocean.
the
So you got that
ocean.
beautiful view.
So it's right off high, and so you can't really see the water. I mean, you can see the water, right? But when you see the water from an angle, you don't really see like how clear it is. But when you
Mhm.
look down, it's very clear.
Ah,
And I would say that this place is even more beautiful than Aurora Valer. Like
yeah.
it's like, what is it? There's the water was so calm.
Clear.
Calm. I mean, like there's no waves.
Yeah,
The
there was
water
no
was
waves.
calm.
Hmm.
Like the only thing that was moving the water was probably the wind. You can
Right.
see through, and life was teeming down
Oh
there. It
yeah,
was
there
just
was
like tons.
tons of
I
life.
saw a baby eel. We saw
I
like
saw tons of
I
animals.
don't know, sea
It
slugs,
like
I guess.
freaked me out so much I didn't want to go in the water. And it actually freaked out our kids too. They were
Yeah.
like, "We're not going in." Thank you to whoever's here. Thanks for hitting the like button. We got a lot of
Yeah,
hearts
yeah.
going on here. Thank you so much.
And so, this Philippines surprises me, because what happens is you go to these places, right? And it's like dark alley, 10 o'clock at night, and you would think, what? I want to do that too. How do you do that? Oh yeah, yes. Okay, wait,
Party,
wait.
hold on, how are you gonna party? Hold on.
Hey, hand and arm signals.
I know, like if you do this, it's a party.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Hey, so you go to these places in Philippines, and you would think like
I don't know.
it's unsafe, right? It's unsafe, it's dark, and all these things. And then you get down and you meet people, and they're so down to earth. The type of people that would take their clothes off their
Their
backs,
clothes off.
their clothes off their back, and to
their
give
coat
to
off
you,
their back
right?
to give
I
to
mean,
you.
we haven't really gone to places where I have felt uncomfortable. Like
Yeah.
as you're walking, people are gonna greet you, say nice
Mhm.
things. They're gonna be very curious. Yeah, you have a camera out. They're gonna be very curious. They're gonna be in the background. They're gonna be like,
Oh yeah, everybody
"Hey!"
waves, everybody says hi.
And they tell everybody, they're like, "Hey, vloggers, the
Vloggers.
vloggers are here."
And
you
then
know?
they start acting wild.
And so, it's amazing. They want to do shout outs. They want to
Yeah.
do this,
Yeah.
and it's just fun.
It
Right?
is.
And I think that these places, right, would be they are the way they are because the gap between the poor and the rich is so great, right? But you can't tell when hanging out with people. You go to BGC, people are nice. You go to the province, people are nice. You go to the little markets and the alleyways or at 10 o'clock at night, picking out a dog, people are genuinely nice.
Well, I don't know why you bring up the
What?
the
BG.
financial gap. I don't understand.
No. What
I
I'm
don't
saying
get
is that you
it.
can't tell. You know what I mean? People are generally nice, and you can't really tell. Like, even when we went to BGC, nobody was snotty, unless you can really like, oh well, they're snotty because they have diapers and their dogs are wearing diapers.
Well, I don't know. I don't get that. So
Well,
I
but
don't,
what I'm
I'm
saying
not
is, it's like
following you.
it's hard to differentiate between what, like, people are kind to you regardless of what class they're in. That's what I'm saying. It's like I have not met someone who is very low, like in a low class, who's mean, and I haven't really met somebody in the high class who's mean. Like everyone here is generally nice, and I love that about Philippines. And regardless wherever we go, I'm always surprised by the view. It's breathtaking.
Yeah, I would say that we went to that Altamare resort. You guys can look it up. They also have a resort in Boracay. Um, and what I realized is it was full of foreigners. Everybody was a foreigner. Like there were families, most people were from out of the country. Like there were other languages being spoken there. Like I heard someone who spoke Portuguese. I heard another like either Korean or Chinese, not sure. Because I don't know that stuff very well. But you met a Filipino there and you were chatting it up with a guy.
Mm.
He's from The Philippines?
Cavite, yeah.
Oh, so he was on vacation.
Yeah, they were on vacation with his family. The wife's name was Gladys.
I don't put people's names out, but okay.
So Gladys and Francis, shout out to you guys, right? You guys are awesome people. Met poolside, we started chopping it up. He works in Cavite, very nice guy. He's like, oh man, this is a great place. This is where we come for vacation.
Yeah.
And so coming from Cavite, they went to Mabini area. Awesome, right? So I mean, we had similarities.
So there are Filipinos that are on vacation there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had similarities. We have a daughter, they had a daughter, we have a son, they have a son. And so, and then there's a family of four, we're a family of four, and they were all out there vacationing. So of course, you know what I mean? You gotta be nice to people that your kids are hanging around with, right?
Yeah. And we are actually very social.
I'm very social. My looks might be very intimidating because of this beard, right?
Yeah.
But I'm a social butterfly, I guess. You'd be like, hey, Sue, what's up? How's it going? Da 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 da. Like, wherever I went, even during my 20s in the nightlife, whenever I went out clubbing or
we're very social people.
I was like, hey man, let me buy you a drink.
Right.
And let me get you guys around or whatever it is. It's just, I don't know. That's just how I was brought up. I blame that to my mother. She taught me how to be nice to people.
Very hospitable.
Very hospitable. And you know what?
And hello, Mom. You're out there, you're watching. Hello.
And I think that, the Filipino culture, wherever you go, right? If you ever get here to Philippines, you go to someone's house, the first thing that they're going to do is feed you. They're going to feed you. They are. It's just a part of the culture. Food here is very important in Philippines, and that's how they share. I mean, there's a culture in Philippines that when you make a dish, right, you're supposed to take a bowl to your neighbor.
Oh, really?
I think it's called dago or padago or something like that. Maybe somebody in the chat can help me out. Oh, hello, Heidi. How are you doing?
Okay, so let's address everybody in the room. Thank you so much for joining us. We have some people here. Hit that like button and subscribe to us if you aren't already subscribed. We are traveling all of Philippines. On our weekends, we go and we visit new places. And we are here to raise our children.
Yes.
So let me see. Our Philippine Adventure is here. Hi, thank you. Good morning. Yes, we are awake, right? They're in the Philippines too, so it's
they're blogging too, right? They're bloggers, so go check out their site. And they talk about interesting things.
Yeah, we always watch you guys' channel.
And I'm like, man, that's
a good topic.
Yeah, that is a great topic. Like, I don't really watch our stuff, but we watch other people's stuff. I'm like, oh man, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So just one, sweetie, thank you for the support.
Heidi's here.
Heidi's here in the house. So she says it's called padigo. Padigo means to take a bowl of the food that you made, and then you take it to your neighbor. And then what they're supposed to do
is give you a little bit of theirs.
Is the next day bring your bowl back with something else on it. At least I think that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Whoever's in the chat.
Well, okay, so Just One Sweetie says that here in the States you can tell the difference. Absolutely. Okay. In the States, like the working class and then the upper class, yes, you can tell. Totally.
Yeah, you can. But in Philippines, just behavior, generosity, you can't tell. You can't tell. And people are very, very kind, humble, generous here. And they'll help you out. You can stop at the side of the road, whether you ask a security guard or just some random person.
I like asking security. They know a lot.
They will help you out. So you talked about earlier about like raising our kids here. How are they doing?
They're doing really good. I'd have to say our kids are thriving. We see, the thing is like in the States, I wouldn't have like the ability to hire a teacher to come and teach my children. So just because it would be way too expensive. But here in the Philippines, we can hire a teacher to come every day. And she'll even come on the weekends. And she helps them with their homework. That our kids each get an hour of extra study time a day. And I mean, that's fantastic. I mean, I know we started it because our kids were behind just because of the language barrier. That's why they're behind. But I feel like having a teacher come in, and it's not like just a tutor. It's not some high school kid that comes in or some college kid. It is an actual certified teacher
Who has a
who,
master's degree?
yes, and she is teaching our children. And so I really appreciate it. She comes in with all her resources, and I feel like our kids are really getting that opportunity to thrive in their education, and they also get to see how important it is. It's so important for us, but I want to keep her the entire time we live here.
Mhm.
And I'm like, because I want her to help prepare our kids for, college. So she's really great. And our kids, like, yes, my husband and I, we have our education. Okay, we have our degrees, but it's not the same when you're like teaching your child. They just don't, like, their attention span is less. They're likely to kind of like try to deviate. But if somebody comes in and it's their whole role is to do study with your child, like, it puts on a different hat. And I don't know, like, the kids are much more like responsive to it. I'll be like, if they're giving her a hard time, I'll say, like, excuse me, right now it's study time and you need to focus. And so they do, and they get into it. But
Mhm.
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I grew up here, so I kind of like what they're learning. Kind
Mm-hmm.
of like reminds me, like growing up, I totally forgot that the school teaches you how to make like a star, or it's called a parol, which is a lantern, right? During Christmas. And so my daughter did that. And so she's doing all kinds of stuff with school that I'm kind of getting reintroduced to. And it's nice. But at the same time, it's kind of like sad too, because there's not enough resources in the
Mm-hmm.
community. There's not enough resources
Mm-hmm.
for the kids. And there's this thing they call intramurals, and it
Mm-hmm.
happens on a yearly basis, right? And the kids compete in every activities there are, whether it's basketball, they have a team,
Track
it's
team.
track, they have running, they have track, right? And they
It's
have
like a big
chess. It's
sports
a whole
event.
big sports event. But these kids don't have a volleyball net or a
Mm-hmm.
volleyball at school
Right.
that they can practice in. So guess what? They practice with the items like the javelin and the shot put, like tools,
Uh-huh.
the day before, and then they compete the next day.
Right. So
And
they
so
only get
it's
their hands on it for about a few hours, and then they
they just,
compete.
and then they compete, right? So they're like, they get the kids and they're like, hey guys, there's this activity tomorrow. Here's the tools that we borrowed from another school, and you guys can practice with this today.
Yeah. But how are you liking, like, raising our kids here in the Philippines?
Wonderful. The kids are nice. They are very respectful. They'll say sir, ma'am, all these things. But there's also, I mean, like every kid is for the most part like that. And if you
Yeah.
tell them to do something, you'll correct them. They'll fix the problem.
Yeah.
But then there's also the other side of the spectrum, right?
Right. There's some
Where,
deviant
yeah, there's
people.
where they have access to cigarettes, they have
Oh,
access
yes.
to alcohol.
Yeah,
I
it's
hate it.
true.
It is.
And
And
yeah, so,
you
like,
want to share that experience?
yeah, so minors, right? So
10, 11 years old.
young kids smoking. And
Not a cigarette.
no, well, it was, no, they do smoke cigarettes. There's
Right, but
cigarettes
what
out
you
here.
saw.
It was an electronic cigarette. So I my some kids came over to play at our house, and like, we give them their space, the kids, so they can play, and, like, we're not like on top of children as they're playing. And so Hobart and I are kind of off to the side, we're talking, whatever. I walk over to check on the kids that are playing basketball with my son, and I see a puff of smoke go up into the air. And I mean, I went into mama bear mode real quick, and I told that kid he needed to leave our house. And I was actually really bothered by it for many days, that the children here have access to
To that,
to
to vaping.
to vaping, but not only vaping, but cigarettes too. You see it everywhere you go. you see young kids smoking cigarettes. Now, the way they sell cigarettes here in the Philippines, it's by the cigarette. So, like, let's say you went down to a local market, you don't have to buy a whole pack um, that costs like $10. All you have to buy is just one, you know? And my our son is in second grade, and I'm like, I do not want my kid being introduced to that crap. And so I'm very I like at that point I was like, I don't want no kids over. I don't I gotta like stand right there, and I'm gonna like search the kids as they're coming in. No cigarettes, no vaping. Let me see your pockets. Like I'm all like on mama mode here. And I'm having to teach my son about stuff that I didn't feel ready to teach him about, you know? And so it's I feel like our kids are thriving here. But there's also some inherent like there's some dangers
And risks,
and
yeah.
risks that I didn't have kind of like on my radar.
Hmm. So, you know, kids have access to those things, and like it's like they can go. The parents would send their kids to
Go pick it up.
pick it up, and then they take one, whatever. It's fine. You know what I mean? And I would say a lot of people smoke here in Philippines,
It's a big
which is
smoking
because
culture.
it's kind of like a problem for us because everywhere we go, we go to hotels. Like the
Smoking
guys
everywhere.
are working in a hotel are outside working. We go like the workers that come here and
You
do
hire a
construction at the
worker.
house, right? They are smoking, and it's like one of those things that you kind of have to deal with
Hmm.
because it's just so prevalent out here in the
And even
Philippines.
even though like the outside, I mean, if you've ever been to other countries, and you've looked at the outer like shell of the cigarette, it has like it says like warning causes these defects, like these diseases, and it shows you like ugly glaucoma. It shows you like it talks about lung cancer,
Cataracts,
birth
yeah.
deformities, whatever, right? So it like shows all these big warnings, and even the big sign that's right outside that says marble or whatever, right? And see,
Marlboro.
I don't know. It has like the big, sign shows a picture of someone in a hospital, and people are still buying these products, and so it's just
It's
like
because of the addictive thing. So
the addictive.
initially, it is kind of like you get that first high, the first hit, and then your body gets used to it. Once your body gets used to it, then you're fiending for it. You feel anxious. You have all these physiological symptoms that come with it. Once you stop
To
it,
stop.
yeah, and you become addicted to it,
I mean,
right?
you've got like minors addicted to this stuff, and
Hmm.
and then they are a customer till they die.
Yeah.
And here in the Philippines, life expectancy isn't that long, and like they think that you're old already by the time you're 25. I was shocked. I was like, what, you're not old, you still got lots of years to go. And I was talking to someone and she's like, "No, when you're 25, if you're not married, you're old. Like it's already too late." And I was
Hmm.
like, "What?"
Right,
So it's
and
very different
you
in
got
the
people in the United States barely getting married at age 40.
yes,
Um,
and it's very different in the way the culture and like the thought process for just for survival.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
think that's something that we have to kind of watch out more, be
Mhm.
more a little bit more resilient in those risks. So if you guys have kids and are planning to bring them to the Philippines, I would
Be
caution
aware.
you not to allow them to do things outside of your sight because they are going to get introduced to these things.
Yeah.
Those things are available here in the Philippines.
And if your kid is kind of like naive or not knowing what it is, they're gonna stumble upon it.
Yeah, our kids are definitely innocent to that.
They're very innocent to that.
Yeah.
So
But are they doing well in school? Yes, 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 they are. And so hopefully they learn a language soon. I was hoping that they would start talking by this point, but they're not. But
Mhm.
again, we talk to them in English at home. They watch TV in English at
And
home.
school's in English. There's only like third grade and below that is in mother
Mother tongue,
tongue.
yes.
So even though they're in the public school, the school is in English.
Yeah. So if you have English speaking kids, then you want to bring here in Philippines, yeah, they can definitely make it through. They'll learn the language. But hopefully, in about 3 to 6 more months, the kids will start talking already.
Yeah,
And by that
hopefully.
time, we'll switch it up. Maybe 1 day or 2 days out of the week, we'll have somebody with an instrument come over.
So Hobart really like I agree, but I think we should do it on a weekend.
Yeah,
The instrument
I
thing.
think that when I was younger in middle school, I was introduced to piano, like keyboarding and things like that. There was a very good principal, and my cousin Randy. Like we learned these things together, and that's how I got introduced to like classical music and Mozart, Beethoven, and it was nice. It's beautiful. I think that that type of art needs to continue. And when you learn an instrument, you did too, right? It was there like another part of your brain is learning something. So
We're
hi.
doing a live. Good
You
morning.
want to say hello to everybody?
Okay. The puppies are
Puppies
hanging out
the puppies are
outside.
Okay.
Why is the door locked?
Oh, it's not locked.
It's not locked. Hello, Himiko just woke up. Good morning, beauty.
Yeah, you wanna say hi now?
So
How's Philippines for you?
I don't know.
I don't
You
know.
don't know.
I don't know.
How are your puppies? Can you tell everybody about your puppies or your puppy?
They're good.
They're good.
What's your puppy's name?
Uh-huh.
Heart.
Heart. Okay, so
Heart.
Himiko named her dog Heart,
Yes.
and his middle name is
What's his middle name?
Well,
Love.
Yeah. Now,
Cute, cute.
Here's a boy. Okay.
they're
So-
all boys.
So no, Hero is a boy. So his mind thinks like a boy. So
Mhm.
he named his dog
Golden,
Golden.
because it's a golden,
Golden
retriever.
They're both golden retrievers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Hero's dog's name is Golden.
So
Oh, and here this guy is trying to change his name.
Yes.
yeah, I'm trying to change it to
Goku.
Goku. But my
Yeah.
son keeps
No.
calling it Golden.
I told him stop trying to rename Hero's dog. It's Golden. Leave him alone.
Well, his middle name is Goku.
So we call him he calls him Goku. I call him Goldie, but then it's Golden.
Yeah.
So it's funny.
So we don't know the
The
Hero's
other
dog's
dog,
name.
although he is the alpha.
Yeah, he's the alpha. Hero's dog is the alpha. Although Himiko's dog is the
Pretty
one,
smart.
Pretty
He's
smart.
the smart one.
Yeah.
You know.
Very courageous. Goes to
Yeah.
things. But the other one, Hero's dog, is the alpha. Likes
Although
to
he's
bark.
very cowardly.
Yeah.
He's the alpha, but
He
I
likes
think
to
he's
bark.
very cowardly.
Yeah.
So
Courage
it's
the
funny.
cowardly dog. Right?
Yeah, it's very funny. So
Okay, let me-
we're enjoying our new adventure with pups.
Okay,
Um,
other breast.
Yeah, I forgot what it's like to have puppies. Actually, I didn't forget. I think Hobart forgot. And I wasn't looking forward to dealing with cleaning up after puppies. But because I am the mother of this house, I tend to deal with that. Hi, Money Printer. Good morning. Hit that like button, guys. And yes, we're up early, 6 a.m. We've been on since 5 o'clock, I think, 5:30. And so, we wake up at 4 a.m. every day. And we just decided that we were going to get on and do a live because we've been trying to. Money Printer's like, why so early? Right now, like in the States, it's
almost 2.
It's 2.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
So we like to get on and make contact with our family and friends in the States for sure.
But you know what though, we are we're up earlier today. We have to get ready soon because we have a wedding to go to.
We're going to a Filipino wedding if they have good internet.
Yeah, if they have good internet, we'll definitely show you the live.
Yeah.
If not, then it's cool. It's my cousin's child, is getting married, and yeah, well, that's something that we have planned today. So we gotta leave the house soon and start driving. It's gonna take us about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes to get there.
Uh-huh.
But we're looking forward to it, and this is in preparation. What else were we doing today?
We are. Oh, Heidi wants to know who's getting married. She wants you to name drop.
Oh, name drop. Last name is Babaran. So
I don't know who.
in
I'm just showing
San
up to this
in
wedding.
San Fabian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what were you saying? What were you saying?
What else were we doing today?
That was pretty much it. I know I want to go. We are about to have a party on the 23rd, and I
Oh,
think I'm gonna
yes.
live stream that. So I'll just put my computer out there, and you guys can watch it from a
Mhm.
corner.
We did a lot yesterday. We bought. We did some last minute.
We
shopping.
saw the
We saw
baboy.
the baboy. Baboy. We
Baboy.
saw the pig that's gonna get lechon. That one, and then
He's gonna be extra crispy.
extra crispy.
We yesterday we looked at the goat as well,
Mhm.
and let me see what else did we do.
Yeah, we're only gonna use one goat, but we're getting to my uncle's keeping one, so that way he can
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas. We can celebrate
And
Christmas.
what else? What else did we do yesterday? We bought an extension cord and some more lights, Christmas lights. Turned on our Christmas tree.
And that's pretty much it. I think
We
it was a productive day.
yeah, we've been really busy planning our party. So
Yeah, I think that after this party's done, it's gonna be like, whew, relaxed, right?
yeah.
we have I've had a couple of guys come over too. And they've been painting the fence in the house.
Yes.
And so we were getting a few more gifts delivered to our house the morning of the 23rd. So we have a lot of because it's a kids party.
It is a kids party.
That's what I'm saying it as, right? I'm telling everybody it's a kids party.
If Hobart could dress as Santa, he would, but we couldn't find a Santa outfit.
No Santa outfit.
Because Hobart is Santa this year.
So yeah, so it's a kids Christmas party, but
hosted by Hiro
by
and
Hiro
Himiko.
But we're inviting a lot of our family over, and hopefully it's kind of like I want my kids to get to know their family, and it would be nice to kind of bring the family together on my mom's side,
Yeah.
because they live so far away. So San Fabian, there's some in Quezon City.
So we're
Look,
having a
Quezon.
big family party, and
Yeah.
also all the kids from school have been invited from their classes, and we've had tons of carolers come by. And
Hey, the best one was last night. The best one
yes.
was last night.
Last night we ended up pulling out some bills.
Yes. So it's been
For-
coins. It's been coins,
Yes.
right? The highest we've done was probably like 10 peso, 20
Yeah,
peso.
that was the
right?
most. No, it was
The
10
most- the most
peso.
10 peso, right?
Yeah.
But last night, somebody was,
They brought a
out
guitar. They brought a drum set, and it was adults. And
no. There was the kid was a singer. The girl was.
Oh, the little girl was.
And they even had a security guard, like a little boy
on a bicycle.
like a pedal bike. These are kids, like probably
Yeah,
16 and below.
I don't know. I think the older guy's in college.
No, he's not. He's 16 years old.
I thought he was in
No,
college.
he's not in college. He is 16 years old. So he's still in high school.
Okay.
About to go to college, but he's 16 years old. And yeah, they came. They started singing. It was nice.
It was
beautiful.
beautiful, and they were like all into it. They got the guitar, and they were out there making some money.
Oh, okay. So money printer. Question: do your kids like eggnog? They've never had it.
We don't drink weird,
Yeah, we don't
nasty,
drink- yeah.
thick drinks.
Yeah, we
Okay,
just-
we're water. Water is life.
Yeah, water.
I'll do fresh juices and beer and wine. Okay, that's
it.
that's the extent of it.
Yeah. No
Bleh.
eggnog. Yeah, no eggnog.
No,
I don't know if I've ever drank eggnog.
it doesn't pass the eye test. You know, like visually, it looks very thick, and I can't do it.
Yeah, but they like the Christmas gifts. Their puppies are their Christmas gifts this year. They're so happy and they're learning so much from it. from the raising the kids.
Oh yeah, from our pets, our new
Mhm,
pets.
the new pets.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so like having pets, it creates like new stresses. Like when we go on vacation, now we gotta take our dogs with us. Now we gotta find places that are pet friendly. It's just like new added adventure that we'll have to deal with. So
Money printer, how do you make eggnog? What is it made out of? Like how to make eggnog,
bleh.
right? I'm gonna have to try
I don't
that
know.
out.
I can't drink it. I just can't even get past the look of it. I'm just like,
Anything else?
looks thick and nasty. No.
But yeah, follow us today. We're probably gonna do a live later on if we have internet. You know, well, we're probably gonna visit a few places today. We're gonna have my aunt and uncle that are going to the wedding with us today, and it's gonna be nice. I think.
Yeah,
Looking
getting our
forward to it,
Sunday
getting
best
some,
and go to
what?
a wedding.
What do you mean? I can't wear shorts?
You can wear that. That's fine.
Okay,
You can wear
yeah,
that.
I'm wearing
I'm
this.
gonna look good.
I
I'll be
mean-
beauty. You be the beast.
All right. Sounds good. Okay, I'm past my prime. That's it. Guys.
No,
This
you're
is it.
handsome. No,
This is
no,
it right here.
no.
This
This
is
is
it.
you're
This is it.
handsome.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us today. We will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
You're not past your prime, babe.